Monday, April 25th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. I'm meteorologist Matthew East here with you and gearing up for a very, very active weather week in parts of the country, and that eventually spreads into the Carolinas. Let's just kind of get right into it. There's a dual threat this week in parts of the Ohio Valley into the lower Mississippi Valley, flooding and severe weather. Flooding is already a big problem, and there's going to be more of it. In fact, maybe some historic levels of flooding in parts of the Ohio River Valley especially. And there's all those flood products out this morning, all those counties highlighted, excuse me, in green. And a lot of rain and thunderstorm activity here early this morning from parts of Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio, parts of Kentucky, then down into Arkansas, western Tennessee, the Missouri Boot Hill region, then some scattered strong storms in parts of northeast Texas into Oklahoma and Kansas. Now look at the 5-day QPF totals. Now there's already been a lot of rain, and this is additional rain over the next 5 days from the HPC. Notice some bullseyes of 6-7 plus inches of rain, even over 8 inches in northeastern Arkansas and southeastern Missouri. Big time flooding problems as we go through this week. There's going to be a lot of news stories about the flooding. And in the water vapor imagery very clearly shows our two disturbances that are going to be the main weather players this week. One diving into the southern plains, another one diving into the west coast today. And I'll show you kind of how those unfold in just a second. Here's the temperature map. A lot of warmth and fairly muggy conditions across the southern tier states, and you basically have a frontal boundary that's very slowly moving, draped right about there. And a lot of rain and thunderstorm activity close to that front. A lot to talk about in the convective outlooks. Here's the day one convective outlook, a moderate risk stretching from northeastern Texas into much of Arkansas, northwestern Mississippi, western Tennessee, and the southern parts of Missouri. Look at the tornado probabilities today. That's a big 15% hatched area. The hatched area meaning the strong tornado potential is there. All right, here's the day two convective outlook. Many of the same areas, again under the gun. Look at the overall severe probabilities, quite high again tomorrow in that area off to our west. I say our west if you're watching us from the Carolinas. Now notice the slight risk does extend into the Carolinas tomorrow. And could be a few strong to severe storms to contend with, mainly wind and hail, the concern across the Carolinas. But then let's go to day three and look at that. A rare day three moderate risk. I believe there's only been 9 day three moderate risks issued since that product was initiated. So they are pretty rare. And look at these probabilities, sky high in terms of the severe probabilities in that moderate risk area. Especially. Here's how this unfolds. Again, there's one disturbance diving through Texas and Oklahoma this afternoon. That's fueling today's severe weather threat. There's the next one coming down the chute. As we get into the day tomorrow, the first disturbance lifts up toward the Great Lakes. The next one begins to dig, so that here we are by Wednesday night and Thursday morning. Again, a negative tilt trough. Here you look at that overall trough axis. You're looking at a lot of divergence here ahead of it. Good severe weather threat it looks like in parts of the Tennessee Valley and even into the Carolinas. All right, so here's how the European unfolds for this. It looks like I got that chart out of order. Let me kind of go through the GFS for you first. As far as today is concerned across the Carolinas, for the foothills and the mountains, a few isolated late-day storms, maybe 1 or 2 of them drifting into the Piedmont. But for the Piedmont, most spots dry today. But tomorrow there'll be a better chance of seeing some scattered afternoon storms. And we'll have to watch for, again, maybe some hail production and some wind production with those storms, especially tomorrow. Now, again, let me go back to today. Notice the area under the gun with the heavy rain. Tomorrow, same deal, same general area. So the flooding you can see is going to be a problem. And here we are Wednesday afternoon, and there's that line of, that area of severe weather out ahead of the system that then continues its eastward march into the Carolinas Wednesday night into Thursday morning. All right, let's go to the Canadian. This is the Canadian precip today. I'm sorry, tomorrow. I put tomorrow's chart on there. So this is Tuesday's precip on the Canadian. This is Wednesday's precip. That low would, you're looking at the surface low in the Canadian, the western parts of Kentucky and Tennessee. So you're going to have severe weather problems just southeast of that low track. And then here we are Wednesday night's precip, and then there's the precip during the day Thursday. On to the European. Now this is Wednesday. And again, you're looking at some nasty thunderstorms firing in parts of northeast Mississippi, into Alabama, Tennessee, and Kentucky, that then march eastward into Georgia as we get into Wednesday evening and night, spilling into the Carolinas. And there's the setup Thursday morning, and then Thursday afternoon. So yeah, you get the deal. You get the idea here. There's going to be a very active 3-day period once again here coming up with severe weather. This time around, it's not really one storm system; it's 2 storm systems. But a very active 3-day stretch of severe weather is on the way, I'm afraid. Now behind that system, it looks great. By Friday around here, we're looking at 70s for highs in the Piedmont. Probably same deal Saturday, some lows in the 40s. Sunday still looks pretty good, although the GFS brings a front to us by Sunday night. The Europeans much slower with it. All right, so a lot to talk about. You need to, much of the country, be paying a lot of attention to the weather here over the next few days. For the Carolinas, a few storms that are severe possibility Tuesday. Better severe weather probabilities late Wednesday into Thursday morning especially. All right, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Have a great Monday, and God bless.